we are going to put almost every NBA coach into a tier list, rank them based on how good they are today, how much we feel they could lead us to a championship. First off, let's start with Jason Kidd. Where does he go?
Made the NBA Finals. Are we counting like their entire career?
Who they are today.
Okay.
As a coach, how confident you are about winning a championship led by this player, this team?
Jason Kidd is like the Jamal Murray of coaches, where he's going to turn up when the playoff come
riser.
around.
But also, he has to have all coaches have to have one of the best players. I don't think I don't know. Actually.
He's a really good defensive coach in the playoffs. He rises and he's really good at game plans, trolls in the regular season, and wastes a lot of games trying to figure things out and experiment. That pisses fans off. I feel like it's a B to me.
B has potential to be A, but B feels good.
I mean, when they actually built a team around him and they got to the finals.
He did also maximize Kyrie and Luka as well, forcing Luka to play off ball.
And he has a team now that is to his vision of long, lengthy defenders, so it should be good. But I feel like B's fine.
Is it his vision or Nico's vision?
They're in cahoots.
Is the vision aligned?
See, he's trying to pretend he wasn't involved in that conversation, but we know the truth. Wow. I feel like he's top of B. That feels fine.
I will say that.
Top of B feels good. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Chauncey Billups, somebody whose job we were calling for before last year, but figured some stuff out, saved his job last year, made that team defend incredibly well. I feel like he's a good defensive coach at the very least.
Yeah, if there was a most improved coach, Chauncey would get it.
Yeah.
Still C or D, though. He scaved off the F allegations, but still C or D.
I would go C just because Portland really started to look really competent and they could start hanging their hat on something. And so when you're trying to take steps forward and you're trying to create an identity, having something that is this is how we play basketball, that's very, very important. Yeah. So I would put him in C.
The offense is
I think he belongs in C because
who's on offense though? Who's on their team?
Bro, he ran some bullshit offensively. The amount of times I saw DeAndre Ayton just standing around and he got the blame for it, he's garbage because their offense is nonsense. The most stagnant ball screen offense you've ever seen in your goddamn life. I feel like he's got to be D. There's a lot of good coaches here.
Look at the offensive talent, though.
Shaden Sharp,
he was not
Anthony
maximizing
Simons, and Scoot.
And that's
none of these players are
that's
maximizing.
Why he's not A, but I'm not going to fault.
I think because he can establish himself on one end very well, which is arguably the most important end on the basketball court, I think he belongs in C. D's we can move off.
You guys are incredibly generous, but okay, we'll see. I'm outvoted. Incredibly generous. Eric Spoelstra.
S. He's the longest tenured coach in the league.
That's so crazy that we're at that point now where he's the veteran.
Yeah, and he's never won a coach of the year too, which is just straight up politics.
I mean, he's never won 50 games without Braun either.
Oh,
shut up!
He's made 2 finals runs that everybody attributes it to Jimmy Butler.
I'm just saying the facts.
I guess so.
Yeah, he's a big part of this team somehow being relevant for the 2020s and 2010s without LeBron, like you said. Half of it's Jimmy Butler, half of it's Eric Spoelstra. The stuff that he did to maximize talent. Utterly ridiculous. He gets the most out of shitty role players to the point where they go and get mid-level exception contracts from other teams and they're garbage and they're dead weight like Gibbons.
Yeah, we see it time and time again. And then also too, I remember when Braun just immediately left and they were running the Chris Bosh era and he was the number one option for a little bit. Even that after that era too, they were somewhat still mediocre when we all thought they were going to be a straight lottery team.
Yeah.
So S.
Okay. Ime Udoka.
I'm going A. I think you've seen even, and obviously this is in his last stop, but made the finals, was very, very instrumental.
Damn near S.
In the turnaround with Boston, comes to Houston. One of the most pitiful franchises in that moment and has turned it around. They got 50 wins.
Yeah.
Minimum A.
The only thing that's stopping him from being S is that he hasn't won a championship just yet, and that's just straight up timing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Made a finals run with one team, helped get him over the hump of always being in the conference finals, goes to a new team, takes him from rebuilding to 2 seed right away. Easy A tier. Okay, this is a fun conversation with him being A. Joe Mazzulla, the guy who took that finals team and helped them win it all. With the help of Kristaps Porzingis and Jrue Holiday. So it's not just Joe Mazzulla, but he was there for that. Revolutionized their offense and their approach with volume 3-point shooting. They kind of perfected NBA math for a season because of him.
Yeah. Do we want to go? Listen, you win a championship, it does take a lot to get there, obviously. And he did get better. In the years, from 23 to 24 to win the title, you did see improvement from him. I kind of think you have to go A.
Yeah, top of A probably. You can't be S tier. You don't have the sustained excellence at the top end, making the most out of nothing with mediocre talent, rising them up like some of the guys in S tier. That's really like I think what a top tier coach does. It's like, can they get more out of these players than they can get out of themselves? I wouldn't say Joe Mazzulla does that, but
I don't know about that because he be having you questioning life sometimes with the craziest shit that he says.
You're right. I'm talking about Peyton Pritchard as a top fucking 15-point guard in the league some weeks. So maybe he is like that, but I think top A is fine.
You think he's better than Ime Udoka? I don't think so. I think Ime deserves a spot.
I don't know how to parse that.
But it's weird. Yeah, you're weird. It's weird.
Ime's an amazing defensive coach. He hasn't led brilliant offenses that really blow your mind. It's not like he's incapable, but like the Rockets offense wasn't a sight to behold in the half court last year.
I don't think any coach could make that a thing though. With the talent that they had. But
I think Rockets fans will tell you there was some meat left on the bone offensively that they don't feel like he got the most out of that group. And Joe Mazzulla, it's not like he's a nonsense defensive coach. It's pretty simple. Switch everything. He's very like modern in that way, but led one of the best two-way teams of all time.
Okay, that's fair. As long as they get it, no one can go ahead.
Right next to each other. Okay, Kenny Atkinson, Coach of the Year.
I love him. I think he deserves to be an A.
Revolutionized the Cleveland Cavaliers with a whole new offensive approach that completely maximized their talent.
Listen, I think
he changed Evan Mobley's offensive life.
He's also made Donovan Mitchell and
him and
Darius
Garland
like coexist a lot more. Darius Garland is a corner 3-point merchant.
I really like Kenny Atkinson because even in Brooklyn when he was there was maximizing talent. He goes to Cleveland. They were already a good team. To take them from whatever they were last year to now be at 64 wins in your first year on a team that had drama going into the offseason, had potential trade requests. You brought everything together. It's minimum A, and I guess like if we're reserving S tier for like like championship level coaches, then fine, we could do that. But Kenny Atkinson is at the top of the league as a coach.
Okay, we can go A. It's in between A or B, and we can go A. It's fine. Chris Finch, he's kind of the opposite of Jason Kidd. He's really good at building a program and having a floor in the regular season, putting his players in the right positions to succeed. Dog shit at adjustments within playoff series. Does zero adjustments. Their fans will tell you. So I feel like he's the same level as Jason Kidd, just completely opposite.
I think he belongs in B. There's nothing like revolutionary necessarily that he's done for the game, especially in the playoffs when it matters the most.
And he'd be complaining to the media.
Yeah.
I have like, I'd scarred in my brain hearing him cry about the refs at the post-game press conference, trying to like play the mental game and get the refs to give less calls. And it worked.
Yeah.
It worked. The OKC got less calls in the next game, but it was shameless.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I respect the coach for being shameless for the betterment of the team. Shout out to him. He was out here coaching on one leg. I like that.
Oh, that is true. That's so random.
He was coaching on one leg.
Did he tear his ACL?
He did.
Wait, was it the ACL?
I think it was the ACL.
It was something bad.
He tore his ACL and he was out there.
Oh my God.
JJ Redick.
Rookie head coach.
See, this is why Chauncey Billups has to be D, because JJ Redick is C. JJ Redick is unproven. He's had good stretches, but also some flaws. But overall, like he led a 3 seed with so much turmoil in the air. He still found a way to make them succeed. Gimmicked their way to a solid defense post Luka trade and found a way to be decent in the regular season. To me, he's the definition of a C-tier coach right now.
I think, the amount of turmoil that they went through, I haven't seen any NBA coach over the last few years be able to have wild highs and lows, change not your entire starting lineup, but change important pieces to your starting lineup and like be better, just maximize your outcome as well. I think me personally, I might put him in B.
Now he's too flawed still. His offense wasn't great for most of the year, and then the playoff stuff when they in that elimination game where he ran the starters for like 48 minutes, trying to big brain it. He's way too green right now to be B.
Way too green. Just looks way too stressed all the time.
So I think he should be C and Billups should be D personally.
Okay, let's put him top of C tier.
In the same tier as Billups?
Yep.
For now.
Bro, who do you think Chauncey Billups is?
He's a decent defensive coach.
Bro, he sucks.
We could put him in D, but we gotta see who else lies in C first.
All right, man. Billy Donovan.
Feels like a C type of guy or D. He might belong in D.
Now we can move Chauncey down to D.
Thank God.
What?
Because Billy Donovan is the definition of C-tier coach.
Correct. The most average coach, coaching the most average team for a long time. So average that he likes it. He signed an extension with the Bulls like 4 days ago.
Which is crazy because like What
I didn't even know that happened.
What do you do? What do you do?
And like,
dude, I remember he was actually beefing with the front office a couple months ago, saying like, I'm not sure what our direction is, and there was just a clear disconnection.
Yeah, nobody knows the Bulls' direction is. Not even the people in the building. They obviously he's going for like year 4 of playing championships every year, making it to the 10 seed every single season.
You know what?
And like, I'm listening. If they gave him a bag, they gave him a bag. But like, I don't know.
He's like the
right now. Guess what Billy Donovan's record with the Bulls is?
Probably exactly 500.
Maybe a little bit below 500.
195 wins to 205 losses.
Damn near 500.
Yeah.
Is that like 49% win percentage?
It's as close to 500 as you can get.
Like, don't you want more for yourself in this life?
One playoff appearance in 5 years. And he just got the extension.
That's crazy.
He be out here getting money, man.
Good for him.
He's the third longest. Yeah, he's secured a spot for the third longest in the NBA compared to every other coach. It's just him, Steve Kerr, and Spoelstra. That's crazy.
He's a definition of fine. I can't even say you don't maximize your talent or you don't succeed. You're the coach of the Bulls. I have no clue what the ceiling is of these bullshit rosters. Perfectly fine C.
So
hopefully
you go in, you work with the talent.
you do what you can. Hopefully JJ Redick can elevate this coming season. We think he can, but right now with him being so young and a mixed bag, makes sense to put like the perfectly neutral coach right there next to him.
Yeah,
I guess.
Quinn Snyder.
Very clear that when Quinn Snyder is coaching your team, you're going to have some good offense. That is very clear.
Yeah. The Hawks have like the weirdest holes and flaws of their roster over the last few years. And this past year, it's looked better. But again, we've like just gone through injuries. So it's hard to gauge him as a coach. But I feel like he just belongs in C. He's going to try to maximize your defense, stun a lot of passes and all that. He's more talented on the offensive end as a coach, most definitely. More creative. But he hasn't done anything like game breaking or changed my life necessarily. He hasn't had the opportunity to. So I think he belongs to C. Yeah,
he's a good offensive coach that, maybe he could prove to be as good as Chris Finch if he had Anthony Edwards as the linchpin of his team and the DPOY. But
yeah,
C feels fine.
And he had the DPOY way back in Utah.
Doc Rivers. Oh, yeah, I forgot. He had D-Mitch and Gobert. Yeah. Oh, then maybe he is the same level. They both were just making runs and getting shit on by better teams.
Yeah.
Maybe he's B tier. I don't know.
He could be B tier, but right now, I think your team right now also kind of attributes to that.
Okay.
But he's also kind of swaggy with the red glasses. How do you feel about that?
He wears Ferragamo belts a lot.
Put him in B tier. His team is just ass.
For the Ferragamo belts. Doc Rivers.
Listen. So we hate on Doc a lot. Like, also deserve, And
we're going to do it some more right now. He is D tier. Doc Rivers
stinks. D tier.
He doesn't do anything.
When he got hired, I understood it. Okay, you want to get Griffin out of here and bring in somebody that can be competent. We want a professional who's been here before, yada, yada, yada. Name me one identifiable thing about the team that got better after that.
Respect.
No, we did not. I respect them so much less than I did the first half of last year. So much less. I have zero respect for the Bucks as a roster, an organization, and a motherfucking crew.
One thing that I do hate the most, so annoying, is how he eliminated Andre Jackson Jr. from the starting lineup.
Never plays young guys. No, the league passed him by offensively. He's not some genius anymore. Didn't even necessarily make their defense better. Their defense is fine. He's not like an incompetent coach, but he does not elevate in really any way.
If not respect from you, he's at least a respectable name in the locker room.
I guess he can go C because Billy Donovan's at C. I suppose they can be next to each other, like just like blank slate, average ass coaches.
I don't know if he could really do that too. Because
Doc Rivers stinks.
I put him in D.
He runs rudimentary schemes. Yeah. He's had MVPs to holster him and get him solid results. I think if you put him on an average team and tell him go make them competitive without one of the best players in the NBA, I don't imagine there's any super strengths that are going to make him.
I agree with you. I think he definitely belongs in
MVP
D.
merchant.
If you give someone like Quinn Snyder or Chris Finch, like Dame and Giannis, they're going to definitely figure out a way to maximize those guys together. More than they already are.
He's just coasting off a name. And again, he's not like you hire him and you're going to completely collapse. Your team's disgusting. You can't win. He's competent. He's been here for a while. He knows how to do the basic stuff to be a team that can win a game depending on your players. But there's been so many years now where he's done literally nothing to make his teams better in any tangible way that you can identify. They're better because they have him.
Put him back on ESPN, man. Please.
Who's next? Tyronn Lue.
S. I think he belongs in S tier. Fantastic defensive coach. He won an NBA championship. He's a part of a big part of the reason why the Clippers have been so respectable. Talk about maximizing your talent and like having the most random players just have star years. Like Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell won a 6th Man of the Year. Dude's out of the league now. Zubac had a fantastic year as well. 17 point per game scored. Like I love Tyronn Lue.
Yeah, listen. You didn't need to sell me, but you sold me. So S tier for Tyronn Lue.
Yeah, it's pretty easily S tier. You could argue him as being the best coach in the NBA. You know who else deserves S tier now on the topic? Rick Carlisle.
He is.
What can we say?
Listen, the name or the word that we've been throwing out this whole time is maximize, and Rick Carlisle clearly figured out how to do that in Indiana. Everywhere he goes, he wins. He has a title. He's done all that. Okay.
He didn't win the championship this year. Nevertheless, it was still a championship level coaching accolade. This was one of the best 3 rounds of in-game adjustments I've ever seen from a coach.
He put OKC's coach in a fucking blender.
He put everybody in a blender. It was a crazy run. At least for this year, he deserves S tier. We'll see if he can do it again without Halliburton and show he's still on that level or whatever. Maybe next year we'll maybe not feel as great. In past years, we didn't feel as great.
And guess what? And I don't care when you lose the best player on your team for an entire year. Clearly, things are going to be different. So what him and the Pacers did this year, that means a lot. He is S tier.
Okay. Will Hardy, offensive mastermind on the Jazz, but he's on the Jazz.
And that's why I feel bad because
he probably could be a B.
He could be, but the Jazz are holding him back.
He's a better coach than Quinn Snyder, I think. I think he's a better offensive mind. His offensive system is legitimately brilliant and legitimately like made Larry Marketing a star. And if you get competent players in there and play into his motion scheme and get the right type of wings in there, like hopefully Ace Bailey, that can do all the cutting, do all the running off the screens, like he has a tangible skill set that can elevate players.
So you want to go B?
I think. Yeah. I don't know if we can.
Listen, we're not just.
I think JJ Redick has a tangible skill set too to elevate players.
Not like that.
He just had like, I don't know.
He had LeBron and Luka and Anthony Davis. He did not like that.
He also had D'Angelo Russell too on his team, bro.
D'Angelo Russell's not the worst player in the league. Not a big deal. Hardy is, I think, a top 4 or 5 offensive coach in the league.
It's hard to gauge.
Again,
do it. Just put him in B. Just put him in B too.
Yeah, again, the Jazz are so dog shit. Like,
how can you talk about what he does on the defensive end? It's,
exactly.
That's why I feel comfortable being putting him in C though, because it's just questions, incomplete.
Yeah, but again, like it's one of those things where we're not just looking at every coach's record. The same thing for Quinn Snyder. We're like, he's not on that level in terms of accomplishments, but we know he's like that. I feel similarly about Will Hardy.
Okay.
What do you guys want to do with JB Bickerstaff?
C.
I think
good coach.
Okay.
Yeah, he's clearly somebody who can go in, raise the floor of your team. And I like that. That matters. Being able to be the guy who comes in and fixes teams and makes them competent again. Like, think about how bad the Pistons situation was, and then JB Bickerstaff comes in, stabilizes that along with free agents and everything, and we finally get to see a version of Kate Cunningham where we're like, oh, that's the all-star that we thought was going to be here when we took him with the top pick of the draft.
Is he who they want Doc Rivers to be?
He's like new age Doc Rivers?
Yeah, like everyone talks about Doc Rivers, like when they got hired by the Bucks, like he'll stabilize them. That's what everyone was saying, is that he'll make them good enough, he won't hold them back. That's Bickerstaff.
He's done that twice now too, with obviously the Pistons, and also he did that with the Cleveland Cavaliers when he first got there as well. He was in the mud
culture
back
builder
when they had Larry Marketing and all that, and built them up to the highest point until he wasn't able to, be more creative as an offensive coach. So
okay, yeah, I like that. Let's see.
I think he's
ahead of Billy Donovan.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, I guess I'm not even worried about the order, but we'll do that. Jordi Fernandez.
So unproven, so it's hard to gauge him. He's on
B.
the Nets.
B.
He's a
great coach.
He's smart though.
He's one of the best X's and O's coaches in the league. The defensive game plans that he was putting on in these random games that they shouldn't have been trying to win because they should have been tanking, but he was out here locking up Luka Doncic because he has a mad scientist brain where he's like, I gotta blitz him, and he was putting every opposing star in shackles for no reason.
I think he's going to be an S tier coach.
Ooh,
I think he's going to be an S tier.
I think he'll be A tier for sure at least. But I think right now, I think he's already B. I think he's a diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that team was like the 9th or it was like the 8th or 9th lottery odds they had.
It was something. It was something like
it was
that.
mostly because Jordi Fernandez was on the team.
It's very clear. Like also, whenever you're watching like bad teams, it's clear who has like who's bad, but they're not bad. They're bad just because like they aren't that good, but not because like they like aren't playing hard or everybody on the team is like truly like should not be in the league.
Yeah.
Like Brooklyn, you watch them and you're like, oh, okay, like I can by square, I can kind of see what you guys are cooking.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mark Daigneault. Pretty easy A tier to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, had he showed up in some moments, he could have been S tier, but it's the bad moments that he had in this playoff run really, really shined through. His inexperience really came through. So it's like you still have another level to get through. But if he can go through another year and make sure to not make those mistakes, like fouling up three with so much time left, some of the, however you want to parse the starting lineup changes going into the finals, all that stuff. He can get to S tier very easily, though.
The lights were a little bit bright, but he did take one of the youngest teams in the NBA to a 1 seed, and then a 1 seed, and then a championship. This is a top tier coach. He just has to get better at the small stuff that separates S and A.
Yeah.
Jamal Mosley.
So hard to parse again. Elite defense builder. Great concepts. Offense is still dog shit.
Honestly,
and he doesn't help that at all either.
So I'm saying these two things. One, the offense being that bad it's on Jamal Mosley. It's also on the Orlando Magic as an organization because that predates Jamal. However, man, this stuff is disgusting. I don't like. I like Paolo. I don't like watching the Magic play basketball. Though. Yeah. I don't like watching them play offensive basketball.
I don't think Jamal Mosley is necessarily a innovative offensive coach at all, too, because it's like I don't even see them getting their attempts up. Now, maybe that could just be like natural player tendencies and all that. But when it comes to the sets that they run and just sometimes how I know you're a good offensive coach is to watch how these players free flow and what their tendencies are. And I don't see anything that confuses me as like a normal pedestrian watching the league at all.
I don't know if he's that different from Chauncey Billups.
And that was my number 2, where I was like, should we move Chauncey down? Are they the same?
No, I think they're both D.
Yeah, I think they're D.
I think they're both D. I think having offensive competency is a very important thing. And the team doesn't have good shooting. Their star players aren't good enough shooters, aren't good enough fitting together. It's on everybody, not just him. So we're not saying he's the reason they're holding them back. But I think there's a tendency with young coaches that help a young team like break out, be interesting, make the playoffs off of a strength like his defense, where you're just like, surely he's not the problem, it's the shooting. And we kind of discount the role the coach plays in that. And I think he's probably also to blame, just like all the other things you mentioned are.
Yeah, I agree. His ceiling, next year we could turn around with this new team with Desmond Bane and all the other good shooters that they have, like Jace Richardson and all that. Yeah. He could be B. He could be B.
If you tell me there's a world where the shooting is fixed and we see that he gets in some improvements on his end too, and he shows, okay, he's a B tier coach, that's fine. I believe you. I would also believe you if the offense is also dog shit next year and Desmond Bane isn't a miracle worker and they end up firing him for somebody else to come in and change things.
Say the offense, in my mind, they should have a top 12 offensive league. If it's 15 or lower, he's not a good coach.
It could be a little lower than 12, I think, but it can't be like 25 again.
Fuck no, he got to be fired.
We have to get out the bottom.
They got to be top 17 or 18, somewhere around that.
Nah.
I'm with it. I think top 12 is like
their offensive talent still isn't great.
If Franz is doesn't improve, then I could see top 17, 16 or whatever. Then it's like, okay, whatever. Like your second best player literally refuses to improve on that end.
Improve then. You're talking about
3-point shooting. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Because Franz is great. Franz and Paolo are just flawed. So I think at the end of the day, unless they fix their biggest issues, they're not going to be a great offense. I think, no matter how good Jamal Mosley is. But again, they have to just be decent enough that they can have a top 5 defense and still win. So, moral of the story, D is fine for now. Charles Lee.
Do we have our first F tier coach?
I only put him on here because we needed an F tier. And we had to put somebody who, Charles Lee might prove to be a good coach. He's had 1 year to do it on the Hornets. It was a complete fucking disaster class. And it's one of those things that it's hard to parse how much of it is him. But I'm sure some of it is him and him being a rookie head coach because they were disrespectful to the game of basketball at times last year.
You can't walk away saying anything good about the Charlotte Hornets. Nothing good.
Yeah.
And he set him up to die.
He might be a good coach. If he was in JJ Redick's spot coaching the Lakers, coaching LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis at times, maybe we would also say, okay, he's a solid coach with strengths, but needs to put it together. he didn't get that opportunity. So F purely because of your situation and your lack of ability to show us something good yet. Jury's not out though.
Man, that fire is so crazy in Charlotte, bro. The smoke is so heavy you can't even see you, man.
Do you know how I do feel bad for him because it is very hard. The entire internet believed that your best player tattooed Cheetos on his toes. And that's the talent and the personnel that you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Think about that. It was so clearly fake. And they were like, look at what LaMelo Ball did again. And he has to go in every day and work with that.
Crazy. Yeah, he's sorry, man.
Last one, Steve Kerr.
4 championships, dynasty. Count the rings. I don't care. This is S tier.
If you were to talk to Warriors fans, they would convince you he is a C tier coach.
And guess what? They are ungrateful pricks. And
pricks? And I ain't heard that word since 2012.
And I will gladly take all 4 of their rings.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. Everybody in the NBA respects Steve Kerr except for his own fan base. They're fucking lunatics. They're a cult of Steph Curry. They think it's all Curry, nobody else. Steve Kerr is a legendary coach.
Ungrateful bastards. That's what I called him.
He's not perfect. He's not the best at developing young talent. Also, the young talent they give him sucks. So
exactly.
No wonder he doesn't want to develop Omari Spellman.
Exactly.
No wonder he doesn't want to develop fucking Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah, bro. They've given him nothing to develop on that end as well. The best
young
player,
he didn't make Eric Pascal a star. He's terrible.
Exactly. The best young player that he's developed and who actually had juice and talent is Jordan Poole.
Why isn't Quinn Cook on the roster anymore? Yeah, very great coach.
Yeah.
And then we got 4 S tier, 4 A tier, 5 B tier. It's a nice even split. I like this.
I like that. Okay.
Who can you see making the biggest leap?
Charles Lee, if he has a regular team.
Can you imagine going from an S tier organization to the Boston Celtics to literally the worst team known to man?
Yeah, no, tough break.